Hello, hello, Christy. Sorry, bear with me. There we go. I was trying to make sure. I can currently see comments on my phone, but just in case, I wanted to make sure I got it already on my phone or my computer. I'm gonna give it another minute or so, and then I'm gonna get started. Also, for anybody who catches me on the replay, hello, hello, and welcome. I hope you are having a lovely Saturday evening, afternoon, depending. My hair is just tucked back. Thanks for asking. Nope, it's still there. Long and really hot at the moment. Is the melody in the background, okay? Just to double check that it's not overpowering me or anything. And I'm gonna grab my drink real quick. Aw, thanks. I am not a fan of short hair on myself. I had it when I was younger. It took me forever to grow my hair out the way it is, but I appreciate it. Alright, I'm just gonna go ahead and jump in a while. Welcome to the spirit animal live of the squirrel, our little rambunctious animals that jump around throughout all of the forests around us. So what do squirrels symbolize? Well, first, they symbolize renewal and letting go. Squirrels do not hibernate like some mammals. They do, however, slow down in the winter. From spring until the peak of winter, they come out to begin gathering their food sources for the winter months. During winter, they rely on the food they have gathered during the warmer months and give themselves time to rejuvenate. They are a reminder to renew your spirit. Be cautious as you move through life. It is not just enough to be alive. You must evolve by learning from the lessons of your past and look towards your future with an open mind and positive attitude. It also goes under shifting your perspective and look at things from a different angle or angles, and don't allow yourself to get stuck in the same patterns and routines. We all have the ability to shift and change. It is up to you to make those changes that you desire. You are the only one that holds you back. I apologize for my dog barking in the background. He is absolutely ridiculous. And if I yell, it's going to be really noisy on your end. So I guess I'll just deal with it. Moving right along, they also stand for adaptability and change. Squirrels have flexible ankle joints that allow them to rotate 80 degrees. Oh, I am so sorry, Christy. He barks at everything. All my dad did was come in the house and he decides to bark. Ugh, dogs. Anyway, they have, it allows them, you know what, I'm going to reread that sentence. Squirrels have flexible ankle joints that allow them to rotate 180 degrees, which allows them to easily climb up and down walls, trees, poles, whatever the case may be. Their fur allows them to camouflage alongside their habitat, making it hard for predators to find them. They also have a heightened sense of smell and hearing that allows them to be able to detect food and danger. Outside of physical adaptations, squirrels also have adapted in their behavior. Squirrels bury nuts and seeds throughout various locations. This ensures not only their food source, but also helps regeneration and forest growth. They have also learned to dig fake holes to deter those who are trying to steal their food. During extreme weather or periods of food scarcity, squirrels can enter a state of torpor to conserve energy, lowering their body temperature and metabolic rate. They communicate with their vocals and their body language. If you've ever heard a squirrel, they sound so, I don't even know how to word it. They sound so cute to me. They can be really loud, though. They are capable of learning and adapting their behavior to many situations, such as navigating complex environments or solving puzzles to access food. So, what they bring forth here is learn to adapt and adjust to situations that are in front of you. Be flexible and accommodating. Learn how to be responsive, not reactive. And you can be agile, pliable, and adapt rewind. You can be agile, pliable, and adapt, or change, transform, and grow. Either way, this will help you move in the direction of your dreams. Oops, I went a little too far. Moving right along, they also stand for playfulness and balance. Squirrels have a playful behavior which can be showcased when you see them chasing, mock fighting, or leaping around. This allows them to learn essential skills of agility and coordination, which they will need throughout their lives. Being able to play around doesn't mean they lose focus, but instead allows them to find joy in the moment while still preparing for their future. The bushy tails squirrels possess help them maintain their stability while sitting on small branches, jumping, climbing, and while sitting upright on their hind legs. This acts as a counterweight. Be spontaneous and have fun. Life is too short to be serious all the time. Embrace life and be lighthearted. Life is a gift not meant to be taken for granted. And embrace joy and laughter in your daily life. Find joy in the present moment while you prepare for what lies ahead. Squirrels also symbolize resourcefulness and practicality. Squirrels are very resourceful when it comes to collecting their food and finding shelter. They have learned to make nests in trees, attics, and sides of buildings. They do not have a picky diet, and they will adapt to whatever food sources are available to them. Just like the squirrel, learn how to be resourceful within yourself, and your environment to navigate challenges and finding solutions. Trust yourself that you have the tools and skills available to you to succeed, even when you are uncertain. Learn to connect with both the practical side of your life and your spiritual side. Any problem can be resolved if you are willing to look at other options outside of the only one you see. Embrace the change, do not fight it. You can create anything if you are willing to put the effort into it. There are answers all around you. You just need to be willing to seek them out. And be vigilant. You never know what lies ahead. They also symbolize connection with the earth and sky energies. The spirit of the squirrel has deep connection with the earth. This is one reason it thrives by building its home nest-like in trees. When we connect with the spirit of this animal, we can be reminded to be in tune with the earth and the elements around us. The squirrel is also deeply connected to the sky. Often they are seen leaping high in the air out of one tree and onto another. Learn to use your surroundings in a positive and empowering way. It also is a symbol to be more grounded and in tune with your environment. Ways to connect with the earth's energies are grounding stones, tree roots and plants, walking, running, or jogging, walking with your bare feet. I have never considered them with those characteristics. They are fun to watch, but they tear up my garden and bird feeders. Yeah, I agree. I will say, as wonderful creatures as they are for our environment, they are also haphazard when it comes to gardens, bird feeders, and anything that, any kind of plant that we find very precious and dear to ourselves, unfortunately. But I do agree, I enjoy watching them, especially here. When I get to watch them jump around from one tree to the next consistently, and it's hilarious. Yes, see, you understand. You understand. Learn how to take care of your own needs. Remember, you are just as important as everything else. Your choices and actions determine where you go in your life. You decide what direction you go. It is okay to let go of what no longer serves a purpose in your life. This allows room for more positive growth. Look to the skies for answers when you're feeling something is out of reach. Looking up allows you to see the horizons that were previously unexplored. Learn to see things differently. When you allow yourself to see things in a new light, you can create new connections and make lasting changes in your life. And new opportunities are always a possibility. Don't be afraid of change. I'm gonna give myself a second so I can get a sip of my drink. Alright. Moving right along, they also symbolize gratitude. The body of the squirrel is small, yet the creature is able to survive and thrive by simply being at one with nature. It builds its home in trees and seeks out food from what is freely available. It does not control nature, but only takes what it needs at a given time. So just like the squirrel, learn how to be satisfied with what you have and live within your means. This ensures long-term happiness and stability. Appreciate the world around you and don't try to manipulate it. And you can achieve anything you want by taking small steps each day and the willingness you have to achieve it. Going right alongside that, it also stands for foresight and planning. Squirrels come out in the springtime to begin their time gathering and hiding food sources they plan to store for their winter consumption. They can tell the season and when the change is due to the daylight hours and temperatures. This allows them the time to prepare for the coming months when food sources are more scarce. So just like the squirrel, prepare for the future by gathering experiences and wisdom, not just physical items. Adapt to change with agility and grace. Be mindful of your consumption and focus on your planning, but also allow yourself to enjoy the life that you were given. The here and the now. And the last thing, it's simple. The squirrel symbolizes is spirit. In both our physical and spiritual worlds, the squirrel reminds us of the need to adapt and change. Just like he's a master at adaptation to the change of the seasons and circumstances in nature, in our physical world, we need to learn to adapt to different situations. Take time out of your normal routine. Explore new places and learn from a new perspective. This will allow you to meet yourself in a new perspective. Be open and curious of the world around you and what you become. Don't put limits on life, because there is more to life than that of what meets the eye. Only look for what is new and never be afraid to try something new. No worries, Erica. I'm at the beginning of my notes. I'm glad you can make it. And There is no need to worry. What is meant for you will come when the time is right. Now, each type of squirrel adds variety and meaning. So, gray squirrels, which are common around here, they symbolize balance, wisdom, and adaptability. Gray squirrels encourage you to embrace flexibility while maintaining stability in your life. Red squirrels represent energy, passion, and enthusiasm. Red squirrels inspire you to pursue your goals with confidence and embrace life with vigor. Black squirrels symbolize mystery, transformation, and inner strength. They remind you to trust in your resilience, especially during uncertain or challenging times. Erica says, I have specific feeding spots for them. I have a whole tree behind me that they just kind of chill out in right now. White squirrels are a rare and powerful sight. White squirrels embody purity, spiritual guidance, and new beginnings. Their presence encourages you to seek clarity, embrace fresh opportunities, and trust in divine support. So, what does the squirrel spirit animal itself symbolize? Focus on the future, but live in the present. Prepare for the future, but also remind yourself to stay in the present and live your life. Squirrels help us to examine what we want out of our life and make those goals a reality. Squirrels are playful and curious. They remind us to laugh and enjoy life in the present moment. Hubby got me a feeding bench for them. Aw, that's awesome. I like squirrels. They're cute and rambunctious little fellers, and they're actually currently not my problem. Chipmunks are. So, moving along, they also connect us to the element of earth and the root chakra, reminding us to remain grounded and strive towards our goals. Squirrels make us better drivers. Swerve. Sorry. Socializing and building a community. Squirrels live and work in close proximity to each other. This reminds us that working together helps with growth and adapting. Balance. Work hard, take time out to enjoy yourself, and look to the future, but stay in the present. You can take them all, Erica. You can take them all. They are going to be the reason our pool collapses if we don't get this situation under control. You can take them all. I give them to you. Sorry. Squirrels are positive and help us see the light at the end of the tunnel. A flying squirrel symbolizes new emergence from your subconscious and learning to rely on your intuition. Trust yourself and others. Flying squirrels have a connection to angels as well. And value of saving. If you are having financial troubles, a squirrel may enter your life. Squirrels teach us many financial lessons, including budgeting and putting something aside for a rainy day. Is there any questions so far? Before I just kind of like trudge along. Not seeing anything. So I'm gonna jump into those are so cool. While I was in Japan, they're prolific. Chipmunks are the pain in my freaking booty. Christy says, nope, I'm with you. Awesome. All right, so I'm going to jump into the squirrel totem spirit. As a totem spirit, the squirrel represents playfulness, energy, resourcefulness, preparation, balance, and ability to adapt to change. Those with the squirrel are often seen as successful, smart, and peculiar individuals. As a totem spirit, it stands for practical and organizational. Flying squirrels in Japan. See, I've never been to Japan, so I'm jelly that you made it there. I have never actually seen a flying squirrel in person, but I heard they're adorable little creatures. It also stands for those with the totem spirit have a tendency to go overboard by putting all of their energy into the effort, rather than everything as a whole. They tend to enjoy life and is in deep connection with their inner child. And they have a unique approach to a successful life, and they embrace it. So if the squirrel is your totem spirit, I bet you have a lot of those qualities. I think of Sarah when I think of squirrel, because her connection to her inner child is like so lively. Ours in Georgia tried to fly, and I admit to cheering when they miss. That's funny. I mean, I get it though. I'm right there with you on that, Christy. So, what is the symbolism of, what is the symbolism of a squirrel power animal, as your power animal? It brings qualities of preparation, playfulness, and resourcefulness. Reminds you to appreciate the world around you and live in the present, but remember to prepare yourself for the future. Embrace joy, laughter, and a lighthearted approach to life. Encourage planning and foresight. Adapt and adjust to different situations. Strengthen social bonds, and bring an equal balance between work and play. Ooh. I have about 3 more sections to go into. I'm sorry if I'm going a little too fast. I actually feel like I had more information on this one than my last one, but that's because squirrels are such an easy thing to learn about. And stealing, they teach us to steal from others and run. Yes. Yes. They are so mean. They are so mean to us. So, some negative negative meanings or warnings, more so, is the better way to go about it. They can come as a warning about what you store in your mind. Too many thoughts are interfering with each other. They may be a warning you are taking on more responsibilities and or duties that aren't rightfully yours to take on in the first place. A warning to slow down. Do not take on more than you can handle. Keep your thoughts organized and compartmentalized. A person who is overly occupied with too many ideas, plans, or projects can't adequately manage their time and energy. A warning that you need to declutter your mind and let go of your worries. You will go nowhere when you're dealing with too much mental activity and too many thoughts. It can also mean stop spreading your mental energy thin. It is time to take a step back. Also on those notes, it can be a warning that you are hoarding too much in your life, whether it's physically or mentally. Moving right along. what happens if you see squirrels in your dreams? Well, that depends. It could mean to focus on the task at hand. Whatever task it was that you went to bed thinking about, hey, I need to get that done. But maybe I could get this, that, and everything else, because that's how my brain works. If you see a squirrel, that could be what they're talking about. Your life needs balance, and it's time to examine your priorities. That's another possibility if you see a squirrel in your dream. If squirrels are playing with each other, you are being reminded to get out and socialize. If a squirrel is jumping from one branch to the next, this is a good omen of success in your endeavors. If you're dreaming of a squirrel that is gathering nuts, you will have a lucky turn of events with plenty to share with your friends and family. Christy said, interesting one. I thought so too. If a squirrel is sitting on a large pile of nuts, you are hoarding something or holding on to something fruitless. If you are feeding a squirrel, this can represent pride and ease that comes with honest good work. Just a few good ones to think about. Because I feel like I'm going really fast, and I have only one more section of my notes. I'm gonna stop here for a second and ask if anybody has any questions. And anybody who catches this on the replay, please do not hesitate to ask any questions if you have any as well. Alright, I am not seeing any questions, so I'm gonna give you the last part of my notes. So, how do you incorporate squirrel energy into your life? Well, just like the squirrel, be resourceful and plan ahead for your future. Ooh, what you have a squirrel that sits and stares at you? That is a good question. I would assume, and I can actually double check it, but if a squirrel is sitting there and staring at you, I feel it is telling you to find that balance within your life. It's giving me the more of a thinking vibes. Because yeah, if they really want to get your attention in the long run, in the wild, they'll sit there, they'll stare at you, and then they'll make their funky little noises that are cute and adorable, but loud, to get your attention. So I think it's more of a, hey, I need you to pay attention, there's too much going on. You need to get some balance. You need to declutter what's all going on with you right now. Is where I would go with that. Does that make sense? Give it a minute. Everybody's just slamming doors. It happens most morning and I stare back, but it doesn't feel peaceful at all. I think it is one of those, hey, you need to listen kind of thing. That's the vibes I'm getting. It's more like I'm being a stern teacher with you. I'm gonna bore my eyes into your soul until you understand that something needs to give, because this isn't whatever isn't changing is holding you back right now. And I don't know what that is. But this is just vibes. I could be completely wrong. And you can always do some research and see if anything else adds up to it, if that makes sense. Sorry, I keep getting the... Yeah, the listen here, bitch. You're not listening to me, I need you to listen kind of vibes. Or a warning to pay attention, as Christy says. Yeah, because they are good omens or bad omens. Bad omens, air quotes, that is. I still want to know what it means if you find a dead squirrel in your pool. Because that happened to us for the first time since we got it up. But I don't know the thing I'm supposed to change. Well, here. In my incorporating squirrel energy into your life, maybe one of the things that I say can help. I don't know though. But I'm gonna give them out and we can see if any of them may seem to give you a direction to go to kind of figure out that area to your answer. So, like I said, be resourceful like the squirrel and plan ahead for your future. Have diversity in your skills, resources, and social connections while building a sturdy foundation. Adapt to any challenges or changes by keeping an open mind. Be willing to reevaluate your plans and adjust your approach when faced with challenges. Take time to appreciate the world around you and engage in things that bring you joy. Bring balance to your work, home, recreation, and relaxation. Focus on the present while still planning ahead. Connect to your settings. Focus on scents, sights, textures, sounds, maybe even tastes. If you're out in the wild and you want to taste berries or something. Excuse me. Maintain an optimistic outlook even during the hardest times. Allow yourself to see setbacks as opportunities for growth. Reflect on the behavior and symbolism of the squirrel. Spend time watching and observing squirrels in the natural environment. Meditate on squirrel energy to embrace their wisdom. Journal about how their traits relate to your life. This can help you integrate their teachings. And you can also embrace their playful yet practical spirit in any aspect of your journey. That is what I have for you guys. So, tell me, Erica, did any of those ways to connect with the energy of squirrel sound like ways that you could figure out how to, what that message is that you're needing to understand? And is there any other questions that y'all have for me? Christy says, lots of new things to think about. Great live. Thank you. You're so welcome, Christy. I really enjoy putting my notes together with this. Like I said, it's an animal that I see all the time. And I figured, why not bring the symbolism behind it? Because I feel like there's a lot of people that probably could connect with the squirrel spirit and not realize it. Erica says possibly feels more like I should oracle it next AM while in the presence of one. That's a great idea. That is a great idea. I think even any kind of divination that you are the most connected to, I think that is a brilliant idea to bring that in while you're sitting there staring at the squirrel. Christy agrees. If there is no other questions, I will let you guys go to enjoy the rest of your guys' Saturday. I am getting ready for movie night outside with mine. Also, don't be afraid to go jump back in and drop any questions that you have in the comments if you think of them later on. Maybe I just need to be more chaotically playful. Maybe it's telling you that you need to be more carefree in your life, or that you're taking everything too serious. Or maybe you need to spend some quality time with friends that you haven't spent much time with recently. I think there's so many different possibilities, but I also believe that you'll figure it out. On that note, I hope you guys have a great rest of your Saturday and a wonderful rest of your weekend. And I am going to hop on off of here. I'm a Virgo. I'm a Capricorn. I think logically on everything. So you're not alone. Have a good evening, ladies, and blessed be.